It's a silver fox office for the box office foxes. It's a silver fox office with Elsie and Mike. Hi, welcome to the Silver Fox office, where we are on a quest to find the foxiest old guy in cinema. I'm Mike.
I'm Elsie.
How you going?
I'm good.
We have had the most insane mic check. Because believe it or not, if you've listened to this podcast and heard our varying audio, we do a mic check every episode.
We did.
You wouldn't have, it might surprise you, but we do. So yeah, we
do a mic check and an Elsie check.
Having a serious topic about racism. It got quite heavy. And then immediately went into gay porn.
Shout out Chick Hunter.
Not
sponsored, but could be.
Shout out Det Dandy.
Shout out Det Dandy.
If you know, you know.
Oh my god.
So, porn companies are just some of the funniest things, because if you mention one, which I don't tend to do too often, but spotting the people that know what you're talking about is always fun.
Which I like that the gay porn has Chick Hunter and Det Dandy, whereas straight porn is like Bang Bros.
Yeah.
And Brazzers or Brazzers.
I mean, we also have Bait Bus.
Oh wow.
And what's some other ones? Oh, Bellamy is quite a popular one, which is mostly European Twinkie kind of guys.
Okay.
Sean Cody. So we do have the boring ones as well.
Yeah.
But
not like Girls Way or or I don't even know. You know the
Family Strokes? That's a straight one?
That's a straight one. Family Strokes, where they do weird stuff. Incest. Well, it's like thinly veiled. It's like they always put a step in front of it so they can be like, it's not illegal because it's step, but then they call each other mum and dad, and it's oh, okay.
Or they do it and they're like, what are you doing, stepbrother? And it's like, I don't call my stepbrothers stepbrother.
Yeah.
I call my stepbrothers Cade and Lane.
Exactly.
Hi, Cade and Lane.
I'm glad you came out during this part of the conversation.
They would not listen. They probably don't even know I have a podcast. It's fine.
Hopefully they're not listening to this specific part.
I mean, if they are, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There you go.
We watch, they the Sky One when they had the porn films on,
yes,
the midnight.
Yes.
We'd all watch those in the lounge.
Really?
There was one time where
Go on.
we're starting off. So there was one time where my parents had they did a sneaky. We had Sky, right, and they had a TV in the bedroom and we had a TV in the lounge, and they did it so that they had a cable going from the TV in the lounge to the TV in the bedroom.
We had that,
which technically I think you weren't allowed to do, but
we didn't have that.
So it would mirror what the main screen was playing, right?
Yeah.
So we would always get movies and whatever, and we could watch movies and that wouldn't interfere with what they were watching because of DVDs, whatever. But my mum always liked to put on the History Channel to fall asleep, and so we would all be waiting to make sure they were asleep until we put on these softcore porn.
Yeah.
Which you only ever saw tits. You never saw penetration or anything.
Anything like that. It was very softest core.
And so we always waited to put it on. But one time they had not gone to sleep yet, and they my stepdad had to come out into the lounge, and I was like, it was not me.
And he's like, I know, shut up.
No, they didn't believe me. I was like, no, it wasn't me.
You're like, but I was literally, there's Andrew Lloyd Webber playing.
It was my youngest stepbrother Shand. It was all him. And at his funeral, I actually brought this up. I told the story at his funeral, and I was like, now do you believe that it wasn't me?
I'm telling you, the whole time it wasn't me. It was Shand the Scut.
It was, yeah. So how are you?
The whole thing with your decorator. Have you seen that? Have you seen that post? And it's the person who was paying for pay-per-view porn, but then his parents were also paying for pay-per-view porn, and then the bill was running up until it got to $600, and then apparently at the dinner table his dad was just like, it stops now. And then they all knew exactly what he was talking about.
Just a family full of porn addicts.
Exactly. It stops now.
It stops now. That's so good.
Otherwise, I've been good.
Good, good.
I have been
I'm
good.
so glad. Are we recovered after our mammoth bumper episode that we had
Oh my God, I think
last time?
so. I think so. I literally even like messaged Mike being like, I've done it.
We were debating putting it into two parts,
It was,
but
yeah, it could have been like the Titanic VHS of podcasts.
you know what? I had a fun time doing it.
So did I.
You had a fun time. I think Matt had a fun time.
Yeah,
It's a fun episode.
it
So
was a very fun episode.
if you've got a spare 3 days or however long it is,
Yeah, it was like, if you're going on a very long car trip this Easter,
yeah,
well, actually, yeah, well, you could have been able to listen to it over the Easter weekend.
absolutely. And it is Easter.
It is
It's Easter
Easter.
Friday as of recording.
Jesus died for this podcast.
Happy Easter. We had some little chocolate this morning, so
Cute.
a little chocolate Easter egg,
Little
which is
choppy.
nice. Yeah. Have you got long weekend plans?
I've got a second birthday party on the Sunday. It's not mine. I'm a
Mhm.
little bit older than that, but otherwise, I've got the racing sim back out, so I will be doing a little bit of Formula One racing
How fun. How
this
fun.
weekend. But otherwise, no, I've got virtually nothing planned, which is
Lovely.
because I'm knackered.
That's what I want.
What have you got on?
We're going to Christchurch.
Of course.
So we're just going to see Jared's whānau,
Nice.
just spend some time, which will be nice. And did happen to look at I just was looking up. I've been a little bit circus obsessed recently. You know, I go through my obsessions.
You do have your phases.
Circus is a little bit the obsession at the moment. So I was looking up like New Zealand circus, you know, because I was like, I've been to some in New Zealand, but they're not super common.
Like Weber Brothers.
Yeah. And I looked it up and I was like, oh my God, there's a circus in Christchurch when we're there. So we're
Watch
going to go to
out.
the circus.
Fun.
The only thing is, I was looking at it and I was like, yeah, great circus. It's got, you know, it doesn't have any exotic animals,
Good.
obviously, which is good. But it seems like it has like acrobats and aerialists
Nice.
and bikes and, you know, stuff like
Yeah, a lot
that.
of them have like
BMX.
fucking nitro circus in the
Yeah,
middle.
whatever. But then at one point it's like, meet the stars of reality TV's The Circus, showing on this channel. And I'm like, the what?
The what now?
The what? There apparently is a reality show called The Circus.
Well, that's going to be a new thing.
And I can meet them, I guess.
Post Neighbours.
Yeah.
Now we're into the circus.
Neighbours era over circus area rise up.
I like the concept of circus. I can't really watch it because I remember when I went to see the World of Wearable Arts one year, which shout out World of Wearable Arts.
Yep, my friend Bree is involved in that in the marketing.
Oh,
and,
very exciting.
I love World of Wearable Arts.
Hello, Brie. We love WoW.
Yeah.
We love WoW. I watched it
Oh,
once.
Karen's flatmate, Bree.
Oh, there you
Just,
go.
yeah, previous guest.
There was this bit where they had aerial acrobats like on a trapeze in the background. So like the models were coming down the runway and then they had like the trapeze going on in the background and I genuinely couldn't watch it because it was just making me so nervous.
Yeah.
And because my big thing, I don't like anticipation.
Sure.
Which is funny because I really like horror movies, but the concept of anticipation gives me the shit. And so watching that and just like not knowing how it was going
Yeah.
to go, it was obviously fine. They did a beautiful job. They are incredibly talented and very,
Yeah.
very good at what they do. But it fucking stresses me out.
We went to a circus when I was maybe 5 or 6, and my dad was picked to be like a assistant at one point.
Of
My
course.
dad is a very like noticeable person. He looks a lot like Santa. He's got a huge, you know, white beard, long hair.
Love that.
So he's you pick him out in a crowd. So he's often like picked for
Chosen for
audience
these things.
participation
It's
stuff.
really good.
So he was picked, and they were throwing knives at him doing that whole thing, and I was inconsolable. I was sobbing the entire time. We were with my friend and his mum, who are our next door neighbors, so like kind of second parent level for me, and she was having to like coddle me the whole time because I was
Could you imagine that being
miserable.
5 or 6 and you go to a show and they just start throwing knives at your dad?
I know. And like looking back, I'm like, I don't actually know if they were throwing knives or if it was like trickery or if it
Yeah.
was because all I remember is just crying. I don't even remember. I remember my dad standing there against a board and I remember crying.
That is
I don't remember
so
if,
good.
yeah. So
Well,
We
shout
should
out Dad.
ask him about that.
Yeah, can we also get a voice recording so we can add this into the next podcast episode so we can have like some follow up on the dad knife experience?
Oh God. Yeah, I'll try. I'll do my
Thank
best.
you.
Navigating my parents through doing a voice recording on their phone may be an ask.
We're just gonna have to
But
record the phone call.
Dad, this call is recorded for
Yeah,
quality
I've
and
I've
training
tapped the
purposes.
phone lines for the podcast. Don't worry.
Dad, I've tapped the phone lines.
Dad, I've tapped the phone lines.
Oh God.
Oh
Right.
God.
What have you been watching? What have you been doing? What media have you been
Okay.
consuming?
So I completed the quest. If you did listen to the last episode,
Oh
you
shit, I didn't.
Mike!
So sorry, I forgot my homework.
Mike set homework and then failed on his end of the bargain, which is fine, but I didn't because I'm that guy. So I went home immediately after the podcast and finished my generational run of Austin Powers films.
Yes.
So I obviously I talked in the last episode, I watched International Man of Mystery, loved my head off over a lot of vagina.
Hmm.
So good. Then went home and watched The Spy Who Shagged Me. Um there is this, and it's in my letterbox review. There is this bit where he's like taking photos of who is it? Is it Rebecca? It's not Rebecca Gayheart. Who is it? It's a model. I can't remember which model it is.
Claudia Schiffer, Heidi Klum.
No, it's
Oh, is that the one with the mole? Cindy Crawford? No.
no, it's hold on, I'll be able to tell you who it is in a second. Um oh, is it Rebecca Gay? No, it's Rebecca Romaine.
Ah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful woman, Rebecca Romaine, and
Mystique herself.
Mystique herself, and Ivana Humpalot,
Yes, of course.
who you'll recall, and Austin Powers is like taking photos of them at his like bachelor pad, and he's like giving them commands. He's like, now you're an animal, you're a wild animal, and he's got them like doing animal words, and then he goes, yeah, baby, now make an interconnected series of tunnels like the Viet Cong, and they're all like on their hands and knees crawl, and I was like, what the actual fuck are we talking about? That one is really, really good, and then obviously finish it off with In Goldmember, which, without a word of a lie, was my proper first introduction to Beyonce.
I think me too.
I had heard Crazy in Love, like I had heard her music, didn't really know who she was. Like had heard Bootylicious, had heard the Destiny's Child stuff, but that was the first time I was like, oh, this is who Beyonce is.
I think, yeah, me too.
And I grew up being like, people would be like, have you heard that new Beyonce track? I'd be like, what? Like
Foxy
from
Cleopatra.
from Austin Powers. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious film. The bit, actually, I think, is it the first one where he gets stuck in the hallway? I can't remember.
With
With
the
the car.
that's the first one.
Which I also have to say, the other day,
With the like 96 point turn or something.
with the 96 platoon. So the other day, I received a message from a friend of the podcast, Ed Blunden.
Hi Ed.
Hi Ed. I don't know if I meant to give your surname. Don't just dox Ed.
Oh no. He lives at.
Yeah, Ed Blunden address. You'll find his address. No. So he sent me this post on Instagram, and there's a novelization of the Austin Powers movie.
Of course there is.
And there's just this excerpt which I just need to share because it's hilarious. And it says, I've gone the wrong shagging way, Austin thought to himself groovily. Austin stopped the cart and attempted to turn around. However, Dr. Evil's dastardly corridor walls were too close together to make a U-turn. Austin had to think fast. He turned a little one way, then reversed a little, then turned, then reversed on and on for minutes until the cart he was driving was perfectly wedged perpendicularly between the unsexy walls. Yeah, baby, said nobody, since this was not good. So thank you very much, Ed, for sharing that. I genuinely lost my shit. My power company is trying to contact me.
Oh.
Anyway, so yeah.
We finished recording.
Yeah.
And I said to Jared, I was like, oh, we've got some homework. We have to watch the Austin Powers movies. And he went, oh, gosh. So
Jared.
he's not a fan. He said something like, I'm going to misquote him and he's going to be upset with me, but something like he saw the first one as a kid and hated it more than anything else. Like he was like, this is one of my least favorite films.
Jared is known for being a connoisseur of bad films, so
Yeah.
maybe it's just because they're so good that they're not good to hip.
I feel like he would argue there's a fine line between a good bad film and a bad film.
I think it was brilliant.
From memory, I like them.
Yeah.
They are inherently quotable.
I then
Shat on a turtle.
shat on a turtle. That whole bit. His dad being played by Michael Caine.
Excellent.
Fucking hilarious. That whole conversation they have.
And like Cockney.
Yeah. My old China or whatever he says.
Yes.
Whatever. It's good.
Nathan Lane's cameo is one of my favorite things.
As Foxy Cleopatra's
so good.
translator. So good. I then, a few days after that, locked in.
Oh no.
And I watched the Hannah Montana 20th anniversary special.
Okay. Is that a recent thing?
Yes. So
Is that because it wasn't her dad that died, it was Lizzie McGuire's dad that died.
Yes, unfortunately Lizzie McGuire's dad passed
The
away.
actor, not her
Yes.
actual dad.
Robert Carradine unfortunately passed away. But no, so Hannah Montana, the series, is 20 years old this year.
Wow.
So it came out in 2006. I was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And I
was 15.
Perfect. I was obsessed with Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
I had the dolls, like the licensed dolls. I had books. I had clothes. I had bedspreads. I had posters.
Yeah.
I had everything. I went to see the movie multiple times in cinema. Like, different people took me to see it. And also, Hannah Montana was so important in my life that when I gave a eulogy at my grandmother's funeral, there was a Hannah Montana reference and it was entirely like applicable. And so many people came up to me afterwards and was like, that bit about Hannah Montana was really funny because that's how I remember you.
Oh, wow.
And like because I thought as a child that I was going to be New Zealand's answer to Hannah Montana.
Sure.
And
this podcast is part of the way to getting there,
exactly,
right?
Right? This is my launching pad. And when I was young, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother growing up. And I would go to her house and I would make her, I would play the Hannah Montana soundtrack and I would make her watch me do like a set list of like Hannah Montana performances.
Incredible.
And she would sit there and she would clap and she would ask for encores and she would ask for more and she never thought I was terrible. She probably did, but she never said that I was terrible at it. She would just watch in admiration.
This was...
Yes.
Well, Ursula just meowed in the kitchen. That was me with the Spice Girls.
Yes.
And I, on our back deck, we had like a elevated deck.
Yes.
That was the stage,
Yep.
and I drew and cut up little tickets, and everyone had little tickets to come to the show, and I gave them to the next door neighbours, who I do not think attended.
But they must have had something else on that night.
I must have, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like this was probably at like 11 o'clock on a Sunday,
Yeah.
like I'm like, yeah, singing this 7-year-old singing Two Becomes One on the back there, like.
That was genuinely me doing like Best of Both Worlds, Into the Other Side of Me, into Old Blue Jeans.
Yeah.
I had Nintendo games. I had PlayStation 2 games.
Yeah.
I had the PlayStation 2 game Behind the Spotlight, and you played as Hannah on a world tour and you'd go to other countries. So I remember being in school and I remember talking about the Arc de Triomphe and my teacher being like, how do you know about that? And I was like, oh, because that's where you go in the Hannah Montana game. And Portobello Road and things like that. I knew about that because that's where you went in the Hannah Montana game.
This literally is me with
Yep.
Spice Girls.
And you had to buy different clothes and costumes, and then you would perform a concert.
Yeah.
And you would have to do the concert, and you'd have to press like, you'd have to do combinations things. So like left, triangle, square, circle, triangle, square, like all this kind of stuff. And my favorite was Old Blue Jeans. And anyway, this is all to say, when it was announced she was doing this anniversary special, multiple different people from different parts of my life sent it to me and was like, are you even ready?
Oh,
and I was like,
that's nice. It's nice to have a brand.
Exactly. It was either SpongeBob or Hannah Montana, right? So anytime anything, or Wallace and Gromit, anytime anything happens with those three, I get sent it. It's now also Formula One.
If I see Wallace and Gromit, you are definitely the first person I think of. If I see SpongeBob, it's you or my friend Catherine.
Yeah.
I like the two that I'm like,
The two sponge heads.
yeah.
But so I came home, I made tea, locked in, and basically this special is like Miley going back to the set of Hannah Montana. She's being interviewed by, this is going to mean nothing to you, Mike, but Alex Cooper from the Call Her Daddy podcast.
Sure, of course.
And also there's like a few different people she reconnects with.
So is this It's Miley Cyrus, and it's more documentary. It's not like Hannah Montana herself.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, cool.
Miley. And it was kind of like, I wish it was less interview with Alex Cooper and more like going back through the history, but it was still good. It was fun. She performed a couple songs. Turns out her mum was very heavily involved in it, even
Mm.
from the start, to the point now, Miley was talking about it. She looks back on it fondly.
Okay,
She had a very secure and safe experience, which
awesome.
unfortunately not a lot of other Disney child
No.
actors got. But her mum was so heavily involved in it that she was like yes or no or yes or whatever. Like if Miley wasn't happy with it, it wasn't happening.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
My,
what kid actors need.
that's what it should have been, right? And her mum and her are still incredibly close. She went through the Hannah Montana closet, which was a big deal to me as a 7-year old because it was like the closet of all time. But even like Miley talking about, so she did this thing called the Best of Both Worlds tour,
Hmm.
which was kind of insane when you think about it. But like she went on tour as Hannah and then turned into Miley halfway through the tour.
Right.
And the Jonas Brothers opened for her. And she did that because she was dating Nick Jonas at the time. And
Sure.
apparently she turned to them and she went, I want my boyfriend to come on tour with us. And they were like, okay, well, the Jonas Brothers can open, I guess. So she was fucking powerful,
Wow.
right? So I watched the Hannah Montana anniversary special, had the time of my life. I had so much fun. And then immediately followed it up by watching the Best of Both Worlds concert tour film, which is also on Disney Plus.
So is that the for context, I feel like it's obvious, but I don't think I've ever seen a single episode of Hannah Montana. I've
Oh,
not seen the film. I've seen a couple of
clips.
small clips,
So,
like the one where
yeah.
she's saying goodbye to the house.
And she's
And that's because a
kissing
friend
the
of mine,
window.
when Nadia, shout out Nadia, hi,
Hi,
when
Nadia.
she left her place, she like reenacted that. And I
Recreated
was like, oh, I love how over dramatic this is. And she was like, Mike, it's a reference
the
to.
Hamilton thing. Yeah, so basically, it starts off Miley. So first of all, Miley
So
was
sorry, my question was, sorry, I was asking a question. Uh, is the concert tour the movie or is this a
no.
concert?
So
Okay.
if you imagine
Because there was a movie,
there
right?
was
Yeah.
the premise of the show, and Miley was 12 when she started the show. Miley is a normal girl and she lives a double life because she's also a pop star. So
Yes.
she performs as Hannah Montana and nobody knows that she is Hannah Montana except for her brother and dad and her best friends and like Dolly Parton because
Yeah.
that's her aunt, and like a handful of other people. So then there's a movie where she gets like too like caught up in stardom, so she has to go back to Crowley Corners, which is where she's from in Tennessee, and she ends up revealing her secret to the entire town in the movie, but it's a bit of like a Spider-Man, when they're carrying Spider-Man, they put his
Yeah.
mask back
Yeah.
on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that the town basically decides to keep her secret.
Lovely.
But then the series goes on after the movie, and eventually she reveals her secret to the world because she wants to go to university. Anyway, the Best of Both Worlds concert tour was basically in the like height of the Hannah Montana
Hmm.
cosmos, whatever. Um, Kenny Ortega,
Yeah.
who, and I've said it in my Letterboxd review, one of the greatest creative visionaries of all time. So Kenny Ortega did like
High School Musical,
High School Musical,
Descendants,
Descendants,
Zombies.
but he also did
He did the Rocky Horror remake, didn't he?
he let me quickly. So Kenny Ortega, I know him for Hannah Montana, High School Musical, Cheetah Girls, that kind of stuff. He was also responsible for the choreographer for Xanadu,
Mm.
So Now Almost Fire, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dirty Dancing, Newsies, Hocus Pocus, To Wong Fu, Thanks to Everything, Julie Newmar, and Michael Jackson's This Is It. He was Michael Jackson's choreographer,
Mm.
which is an insane run of.
And also a director,
Yeah,
right?
he
Yeah.
also directed Cher's tours, Gloria Estefan's, Michael Jackson's, like, and Hannah Montana. So he had like a generational run of things. So they basically formulated this whole idea, which was like, obviously they've made this TV show about Hannah Montana, this franchise, but what they wanted to do was also make her a pop star in real life,
Miley or Hannah?
both.
Okay, sure.
And they did that. So this concert was basically you go and you see Hannah, and then halfway through the concert, she comes out of the stage again, but she's Miley now. So she does like a set of Hannah songs, and then she does a set of Miley songs.
Right.
This thing went fucking like triple platinum.
Right.
The concert tour is really cool because like you see the concert, but then you see the behind the scenes and all of this kind of stuff. The showmanship's incredible, and then the Jonas Brothers come out halfway through, and it's just like was such a big deal to me. I had it on DVD as a child. I
Right.
used to watch the arse out of it, the same as I had like a DVD of maybe the first season of Hannah Montana. I used to
Hmm.
watch the arse out of it. Anyway, I've been in a very Hannah Montana time in my life
I'm
recently.
so happy for you.
I'm thinking of restarting the series. Actually, it's all on Disney Plus, so I might rewatch the series.
I can't relate in terms of the Hannah Montana stuff, but like we know I love an obsession. We know I love a deep
Exactly.
dive, and I love a nostalgia kick. So I'm
Hannah
happy that
Montana
you're
is
like
so good.
that you're in the zone for something that brought you great joy.
Yes. And then my last one that I watched, my sister and I took my dad to the IMAX cinema and we saw Project Hail Mary.
Jared and I also went to see Project Hail Mary with Karen.
Oh,
What a dang treat of a film.
oh my God. Can I say? I loved The Martian, also written by Andy Weir.
Yes. We watched it. I didn't mention it last episode because I was running quite long,
Yeah.
but we had watched it just before with Karen and Bree in preparation to watch Project Hail
Project
Mary.
The Martian is so good. It's one of those
Martian's very
ones
good.
where I never don't want to watch it. And it's like I asked my dad the other day, I was like, what are your top 4 films? And he listed The Martian. So then he was like kind of like, oh, I don't know if I will see Project Hail Mary. And then I was like, I think we should. Like I've heard
Hmm.
really good reviews on it. So we went to see it and afterwards he was like, that was incredible. I loved that so much.
Better than The Martian, I think.
Project Hail Mary, first of all, Ryan Gosling might be the most charismatic guy on earth.
Can I just say, so Ryan Gosling, I have never gotten it,
Yeah,
and on any
on
level, I've
any
never
scale.
found him particularly likable. I've never found him particularly attractive. I've never disliked him,
But it
but
was
I'm like,
just like
just never gotten
indifference.
it because I'm like, he's in The Notebook, and I hate The Notebook. That's a
Mm,
bad film, and I don't find anything interesting about what anyone's doing in that film.
mm,
And he's in Barbie, and he's good in Barbie, but I'm not attracted to Ken, and I
no.
don't find him particularly likable, and
Yeah.
it's not about him. So I don't know. Watching this, I was like, I get it. I actually get it. You are incredibly handsome. You are like I like him being dorky and silly
He
and
was
fun.
dorky and he was funny, but it
Yeah,
wasn't in like a but he was also he just seemed very real
and vulnerable.
and
Yeah,
vulnerable and like he made some tough decisions, but he made some right decisions. He was insanely smart, which
yeah.
is like and once again proficient
Yep,
in something,
yep,
competent.
yep.
No, I think this film was incredible. I cried over Rocky not once but twice.
Me too.
Um,
My review was something like, "Stupid goddamn piece of shit space rock made me cry."
yeah. Also Sandra Muller doing A Sign of the Times by Harry
Yeah,
Styles at karaoke.
I loved her
Oh
performance.
my God.
So understated, but not robotic.
No.
Like, still managing to be. She was cold with moments of warmth. She was real, and it was never a stereotype. I just loved her
Such
performance
a
so much.
devastating like film as well, because for all the funny parts and all the incredible shots of space, there was some genuinely like devastating, like because it isn't like a near apocalyptic film,
Yeah.
right?
If you look at it, it's a disaster
It's a
space film.
disaster space film, but done with so much heart
Mm.
and just, oh, I loved it. I think every bit of praise it's getting is completely deserved. When I told my workplace that I was going, because people still come to me for films at my
Yep.
workplace, which I love. And when I told people I was going to see it, they were like, oh, you need to tell me if you liked it. And I came back immediately after and been like, everybody,
Go see it.
get on the fucking website of your local cinema,
Yeah.
go see this film. And actually, the reason I saw it in IMAX is because, again, friends podcast Ed on Letterboxd, his review said, see this in
Oh yeah.
IMAX. And I went, okay. And 100%, like getting to see those big shots of like the planets and the stars and things like that in IMAX. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
Um,
really, but also, as much as I liked The Martian, which I
mhm,
did, it was quite self-serious and
yeah,
quite dour, which fit. It worked for the
Yes.
film. But this is so. It's what a blockbuster movie should
Yes.
be. Like you go and see a blockbuster movie, and a lot of the time you're like, okay, yeah, it's a big spectacle, but it feels hollow.
Mm.
This has big spectacle, but also big heart. It feels like it's
I
actually.
hadn't felt
It felt like people cared about it.
I hadn't felt that way about a film since I saw Superman. And
Mm,
I felt similarly about the way that it was like, oh, this was made with love. Like this
yeah,
was made from somebody that loves what they're making. And I agree. The Martian, I love The Martian, but it is quite bleak in
yeah,
places. And yes, there are funny parts,
yeah.
but it's bleak and it's scary and it's sad. Whereas this, yes, there are like scary parts and there are sad parts in it, but for the most part, it is like about like the preservation of life, like even in like unconventional
Yeah.
ways.
And there is so much joy in it as
So
well.
much truth. So I laughed so hard,
Yeah.
constantly laughed very hard.
One of my favorite reviews that I saw in Letterboxd was like, go see it before everyone starts telling you it's bad, actually.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
And I was fully prepared to like look at the Letterboxd reviews and be like, everyone's being super fucking miserable. Because I will say, people on Letterboxd love to be fucking
It
miserable
can be,
about
yeah.
everything. You have so much fun watching a film, and then you look at the Letterboxd reviews and they're like, blah, ugh, it was so bad. And I'm like,
But the opposite can happen as well, where you're hating a film and then you go to Letterboxd and everyone's like, oh, I loved it. And you're like,
Blue
you
Steel 1992.
challenges, fucking whenever the fuck that was.
Looked at Blue Steel reviews and they were like, and I was like, literally my review was like, are we watching the same film? This was buns, bro.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, this was great. And then you watch a genuinely like fun film and everyone's like, ugh. It's the same as, they put out that like Christmas movie on Netflix called Red One with like Chris
Yeah,
Evans and stuff. You read the reviews on that. People are so fucking pretentious.
yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, this is it's a fucking kids Christmas
Yeah.
movie with an anthropomorphic polar bear.
I
Are you serious
like
right
this
now?
with Jason X. When people hate on it, I'm like, it is a Jason movie in space.
Like,
Did you expect The Godfather?
I genuinely need Letterboxd users to get it out of their heads that they are reviewing films for the Academy Board because you are not. You are
But
literally
yeah.
not watching this film because there is any like sort of like value like to your judgment.
But also in saying that, I do love the snarky quips, so those are
I do
also good.
I do love a little funny,
Yeah.
especially if it's about a Colleen Hoover film and it's about how many times her characters will knock on doors. But yeah, no, Project Hail Mary, every single bit of praise it's getting is valid and 100% watch it before people start to turn on it
Yeah.
because it becomes cool to turn on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's me. I don't really think I've been doing. Oh, yeah, Formula One's been back, so I haven't really been.
Fair enough.
How about you though?
I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4, which has
Uh-huh.
been a treat because I love Fallout.
Yeah.
I've always loved those games. Um, so I like saw that in November, a 10-year anniversary edition
Hmm.
came out. And I was like, oh, I wonder what that's like. And I was looking at the reviews and everyone was like, it's not really worth it if you've already got the game and the DLC and stuff. So I was like, I don't need it, but maybe I can just go back and play it again.
There you
So
go.
it's the first game that I ever got all the trophies for. It's the first game I ever platinumed was Fallout
Fun.
4. Um, but the cool thing is that because I'm now playing it on a PS5, there's a PS5 upgrade, which means that it has trophies again. So I can go back and platinum
And
it
redo all
again
the
and get all the
trophies.
trophies. And I'm like, what a fun. And it's also just a cool one to be like, because I'm a busy fella, I have a lot going on, so it's one that I can come back to and I can just be like, I'm gonna wander around the wasteland for a little bit
Yeah,
and do little quests and find little
why
things,
not?
and then I can put it down and I don't have to play it. I can not play it for a week or two, and come back to it and still
Be
remember
right
where I'm
in.
up to and know what I'm doing.
Did you watch the TV series and
I
did you
we
like
watched the
it?
first series, we loved it. Um, Waiting to find time to watch the second series because apparently it's really good.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah. No, first season at least is really fun. I really enjoyed
And
it.
I've heard Walton Goggins is unfortunately sexy as that skull guy.
The ghouls are always weirdly sexy. So I think it's perfect casting.
If you want to talk weirdly sexy, Walton Goggins is your man.
Yeah, and this is your podcast.
What?
Hi, Steve Buscemi, we love
Hi,
you.
Steve.
Um, yeah, so it's been a treat. I've really enjoyed it. Um, we've also been watching a bit of Star Trek: The Next Generation because Jared is a big Trekkie,
Nice, love.
and for our Valentine's Day gift to each other, we bought the Lego Star Trek Enterprise, which is
Cute.
a pretty big set. I'm a big Lego head, obviously. Jared is not. Um, but so we got it as something to do together because
Cute.
Jared's also like, I would like to try that, and so we've put Star Trek: The Next Generation on, and we've been building the Enterprise, and
Fun.
it's just been a nice little date night activity. I like TNG. It's like any 90s sci-fi fantasy show like Xena or anything where you're
Yeah,
like, it's so campy, it's so hokey,
perfect.
it's so warm, and it's like, this is what TV should
Yeah,
be. Same with X-Files to a lesser extent. X-Files was also a little bit more serious, so
yeah.
it's kind of harder to, but yeah. Um, book-wise, okay, I've read 4 books. So I finally managed to get the Secret Garden obsession out of my
Okay.
system because
Proud
I
of you.
was going through that last time. You pulled a face when I mentioned Secret Garden. Had you heard of the Secret Garden or had you not heard of it?
Oh, but everyone else had, so I was just playing along.
Oh yeah, I wondered because I saw your face when I was like, oh, Secret Garden. I was like, you don't know what it is?
I also love that you know my face now when I don't know things, because that's also a lot of things I don't know.
Yeah. So Secret Garden, just if you're like Elsie and haven't heard of it, it is a 1905 children's book, basically, and it's about a girl who's really unpleasant, called Mary,
She's
who
so mean.
she's a brat. She's a stroppy little brat.
Good on her.
Um, and she lives in Raj, India, with her British parents.
So true.
And her parents and everyone else around her dies of cholera, and so she gets shipped back to her uncle's house, who she had never met, and he's rich, and basically his wife had died, and it's all about his wife had a garden
Love.
that he locked up because she died in there, and it was her place, and he's grieving, and it's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
it's really lovely, and it was quite revolutionary in
Mm.
having a child who was unpleasant and a brat, and
Finally, some good female representation.
um, but it's a lovely book. The film is really good. I recommend watching the film with Maggie Smith. It's
Beautiful.
lovely. It's really good.
Is it like Anne of Green Gables?
I don't know Anna Green
Oh,
Gables.
okay, because that was my thing growing up, so
It's
maybe I'll have a look at it.
it's like a Little Princess, if you know a Little Princess, because it's
Okay,
by the same author, if that means anything to you.
not heard of that. But...
But anyway, so I last time I was talking about how I had read the book and I was listening to the musical over and over and over, and I watched the film and stuff. So I purchased the script for
Mhm.
the musical, so I read that, and it's out of my system now.
Nice.
But oh God, I love that show. I love Secret Garden. It's so nice. And then I got into my uh, next obsession,
Mhm.
which is, like I said, the circus. So it started by I've been listening to the Water for Elephants
Okay, yes,
musical.
so true.
The musical was on when we were in New York, and we were in New York for like 2 weeks, and we saw 7 shows in those 2 weeks. Um, and which I think for 2 weeks is pretty decent, but if we had more money, would have done more.
Show every night.
Yeah, yeah. The one that I really regret not getting to see is Water for Elephants
Mhm.
because that was on at the same time. And I've been listening to the cast recording and it's fun and I'm liking it. And I'm like, I've not seen the film
No,
and I've heard the film's not great and I've not read the book.
I might have seen the film. I can't remember.
Um, Robert Pattinson, Reese
Yeah,
Witherspoon, Christoph Waltz.
I think it was on telly one night. It was like on
Mm.
TV2 once, and I think we might have watched half of it.
But I didn't watch it when it came out because I was like, oh, Robert Pattinson looks like a foot, which I've changed my mind a little bit
He's
on now.
now
He's
he's
grown on
definitely
me.
growing on me as
Yeah.
well, because I used to associate him squarely with
Twilight, Harry
Twilight and be
Potter.
like,
Yeah.
he's pretentious, but now I'm like, I was pretentious.
Yeah. Um, but and so it was based on a book. by Sarah. I don't quite know how to say her name. Gruen, something like
Sure.
that. And historical romance, which is not my genre, but I'm like, I'm really liking this musical. Let me give it a go. I have a copy here, and I blitzed through it in like 3 days. I loved that book. I
Nice.
fell so hard for it. Like I say, not my typical genre, not my typical fare, but so incredible.
Nice.
And just the circus vibes are great. And so I've been like on Wikipedia looking at like Ringling Brothers, Tyke the Elephant, lots of stuff like
I
this.
I had I had a moment like a month ago. Somebody said something at work and it sent me on a rabbit hole of on the Wikipedia looking at like reading about like the circus with like differently abled people or people with limb
Yeah,
differences
yeah, yeah,
and why like
yeah,
it was such a thing in the circus. Reading about it, you're like, fuck, that's horrific. But it's just like insane to
yeah,
read and to like educate yourself
yeah,
on and be like, what the fuck is going on here? Um, yeah. Have you watched The Greatest Showman yet? Is it?
yeah. I saw it at the cinema. I liked it. I liked it when I saw it, but I feel like my opinion has changed on it over time. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just because I know people that really don't like it, and I'm just
Mm.
not sure if that's in. So I need to rewatch it and remind myself of what my opinion is of it, if you know what I
When I
mean.
watched it at the cinema, I cried, and then I watched it again at home and I cried, and I think I've watched it about twice now. But I really liked the Zendaya and Zac Efron subplot.
Right.
I thought that that was really good, and I like some of those real like clappy, like really like
Yeah.
songs. Yeah, in a circus. So
Yeah. It is. No, I do want to rewatch it. But so I've also been listening to the Sideshow musical soundtrack, which is
okay.
about Daisy and Violet. Um, I'm blanking on their surname. Hilton. Yeah, who were conjoined twins that became quite famous.
Mm,
And I was listening to the Big Fish musical, which is not good, but I just haven't had time to watch the movie, so
there
I'm
you
like,
go. So you
that'll
just got to
that'll
listen
do.
to that.
Have you seen the film Big Fish?
No, but Miley Cyrus is in it.
Is she?
Yeah, she's a really young child in it.
Oh, it's one of Tim Burton's best.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to watching it at some point soon.
she plays Little Ruthie.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Look out for her.
Um, but yeah, so I just circusy, love it, and
There you go.
really, really enjoyed Water for Elephants.
Nice.
It's a nice, easy read. Have you seen the film Freaks from the 30s?
Oh, is it the one that the American Horror Story Freak Show season was based off of?
Probably, yeah.
And where they like tar and feather at the end? No, but when I was reading about all of this, I ended up reading the Wikipedia page for Freaks, and it's on my list of things to
Freaks
watch.
is an incredible film. It's like an hour long. It is
Because I
incredible.
was reading it and I was like, this is familiar. And then I was like, oh my fucking God. The American Horror Story Freak Show season is literally a lift and shift of that.
That's because Ryan Murphy has no original ideas.
Exactly.
Uh,
So no, I genuinely like I need to watch it because I was like, oh yeah,
but it's where the chant "One of us, one
one
of
of
us."
us.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah,
It's Freaks. Recommend it. Anyway, what else have I read? I read a book called History's Strangers' Deaths by Riley Knight, which is
love.
exactly what it sounds like, just a whole bunch of weird deaths, like a lawyer that shot himself to prove a point in a
Or like,
trial, and
or like the guy that was like advertising his famous like really strong glass and ran out the window and the window pane flew
yeah,
off.
yeah, that goes
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, all
Have you
that sort
read
of
the
stuff.
Wikipedia page list of unusual deaths?
No,
Oh my God, you will love it.
I'm gonna do it now.
So good.
Gonna be. Um, then I watched a book called watched a book. I didn't read it. I just looked at the cover for a bit.
Yep, that's a book.
A book called Hex by
Hmm,
Thomas is his first name.
good name. Strong name.
My
Your
Dutch is not the best. Older,
older.
Huivent.
Older Huyven.
Thomas Older Huivent. It's two
Shout out
words.
Thomas.
I'm so sorry, Thomas. So yeah, really, so it's horror, really weird premise. So it's a town, it's a small town in upstate New York that is cursed
Hmm.
or hexed by a witch. who died in the 1600s, 1700s, something like that. But she is still around. So she's not a ghost. It's literally like her body, her solid body, is walking around, and she just disappears and reappears. But the townsfolk have an app, so they can track where she is. She will literally like there's one scene where they come home and they're like, oh, she's in the corner of the lounge, so we'll throw a tea towel over her and we'll eat. We'll just eat our dinner with her there with the tea towel. So like she's just an ordinary part of their lives walking around.
Spooky.
And like the town is quarantined pretty much, so people can leave and they can come back. But if you stay overnight in the town, you can't leave. If you leave for too long, the curse makes it so that you want to kill yourself. So like you'll be if one character goes on holiday in Thailand at the start and they're like, oh God, and then they come back and they're like, oh no, it's fine, I'm fine. So if you stay overnight in the town, you're stuck there forever, basically. So like really interesting premise.
Yeah, that's a great premise. So what's it called?
Hex.
Hex.
And I loved the first half of it, and then I just got bored, and I don't know why.
Oh no.
I think I got to this point where I'm like, oh, every single character sounds the same.
Right.
And it's like, if it was written, and obviously this is a bias coming in, but if it was written by someone like Stephen King, who can handle a large cast of characters and make all of those characters interesting and different, it would be an awesome book.
Yeah.
But just because he's not quite able to handle all of the characters that he gives himself, it doesn't quite work. But interesting enough to give it a crack, I think, and a lot of people do quite like it. So it could just be me. That's my books. I haven't watched too many films. Watched The Invisible Man at the cinema, the original from the 30s, because we're still doing the Universal Monsters at the Embassy. We've got one more to go. We've got Bride of Frankenstein to go in a couple of weeks, and that's done. Invisible Man's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
It's so good. Claude Rains as the Invisible Man he's giving such an incredible vocal performance. If you ever run into Jamie, previous guest, ask her to do her Invisible Man Claude Rains impression, because she does it so well.
Is there an impression she can't do?
She's pretty good at all of them, but her Claude Rains is very good. And then I got into a bit of a Christopher Lee phase.
What?
So I know, shocking. But like, that man has done heaps of films, and there are heaps that I haven't seen. So I'm like, I'm going to try and cross off ones that I haven't seen. So obviously he did like 7 Dracula films, and I've seen maybe 4 of them. So I decided to watch the second one, the third one, sorry. It's the third in the franchise, but he's not in the second one. So it's his second, but the third in the franchise. Dracula, Prince of Darkness. Not great.
There you go.
First one, brilliant. This one, there are 2 stories. One story is Christopher Lee saying, I read the script and it was so bad that I just decided that I was not going to say any of the lines. So Dracula does not speak in the film.
Love.
But then the scriptwriter was like, no, I never wrote any lines. So there's these 2.
Well, you would say that if Christopher Lee's just come out and cooked you in front of everyone.
So believe which story you like.
I've talked about him before, but there's the guy on TikTok. The account is Lugosi Theatre, and his name is Bobby, and he is an adult with autism whose special interest is Dracula.
Yeah.
Specifically Bela Lugosi's Dracula.
Yeah.
And he's also just like the most wonderful person ever. And the other day for Trans Day of Visibility,
Happy Trans Day of Visibility, everyone.
Happy Trans Day of Visibility. He posted this video and he was like, happy Trans Day of Visibility. Dracula and his big sister love the trans community. And it's like him standing there dressed as Dracula with his sister. And then I was like, you know what? You're so right. You're so
Why
right,
not?
Dracula. Dracula does love the trans
Dracula
community.
said trans rights.
Dracula loves the trans community, and that is a fact.
Dracula does not discriminate. Whoever you are, he will suck you dry.
Yeah, exactly. And so will we.
Yep. Um, what
For
was-
true.
uh, but I also watched a documentary called The Life and Deaths of Christopher Lee
Oh, love.
from 2024, which was a documentary all about his life. And it starts with this incredible Christopher Lee puppet. And
Love it.
like, yeah, it's like a puppet and like that looks like Christopher Lee and like it's like narrating his life. And I'm like, this is so cool. And there's a whole bunch of different little animated sequences in
Cute.
it. I'm like, this is so far up my alley. It's
Yeah.
incredible. And then the guy narrating it, they get a guy to narrate it, and he's being Christopher Lee, and he does the worst Christopher Lee impression I've ever heard. It's just like, oh, to do Christopher Lee, you just have to do deep British voice. Like, yeah,
Oh,
but that's not all that there
that's
is.
not what he's about.
And it's just, it was awful. It was such a bad thing, and it took me out. And then some of the animated sequences were AI. And I was like,
Ugh.
oh, for fuck's sake. So
Yuck.
it
Bring back
started.
the puppet. Oh, I've just seen the
The
puppet.
puppet's cool, right?
The puppet's
How cool is that? And the
great.
puppet is, and like some of the animated sequences, because there's heaps of them, and I think there's only like 3 or 4 AI sequences, but the rest of them are proper animation, and they're incredible. There's so much artistry that has gone into this film,
Cute.
and it just feels like they,
And then you've just ruined it by
yeah,
using AI and
yeah,
doing a shitty accent.
yeah. So, and I was just like, Christopher Lee deserves better than your shitty AI
Yeah,
and your shitty Christopher Lee impression.
100%.
Like there's a guy called Corey Burton who's a voice actor who, since Christopher Lee died, often voices Count Dooku in like
Oh, cool.
TV shows
Yeah.
and stuff.
So where
And
was
he does
he?
a really good Christopher Lee impression. I'm like, get that guy. Anyway, um, through then saw we were going to the theatre to watch Rocky Horror Picture Show, the
Yes.
touring cast from Britain. So we decided to watch the film.
Hmm.
What a fun time. The show. I was both actually watching the movie and then watch because Jared wanted to watch the movie the day before we saw the show. Both before the movie and before the show, I was like, I'm not feeling it. I'm tired. I don't want Rocky Horror now. I like
Mm.
Rocky Horror, but I just don't feel like it. I heard the opening bars of music and I was like, I'm in. I'm in. I love this
Which
show.
is
I love this
always me
movie.
because science like science fiction double feature
Yeah.
is my favorite song from the entire
Yeah.
show. So as soon as I hear those couple like bars, I'm like, Michael Rennie was ill the day the Earth
Yeah.
stood still, actually, and Claude Rains is the Invisible
Yes.
Man.
Shout out Claude Rains. But like, just so fun. The movie and the show, so much fun. There's a Broadway revival happening at the moment that's just started with Luke Evans as Frankenfurter,
Oh my gosh.
and Rachel Dratch as the narrator, and Amber Gray as Riff Raff. Like, it's great casting, and
Love.
the director is like. He was like, why? Because they were asking sort of what innovative spins he put on it, how did he change it, or whatever. And he said, why would I change anything
Why would you change
when it
perfection?
works? And I'm like, look, I am a big believer in that if a revival comes to Broadway, there should be a reason for the revival to be on
Yeah.
Broadway. You should have a new take. There should be a new spin, or there's a new interpretation, or something to justify its existence, right? Like
Mm.
the recent Gypsy having Black Mama Rose, Audra McDonald. I'm like, great, that's an interesting spin on it.
Yeah.
With this, I'm like, so you're not doing an interesting spin on it. And I'm like, but actually, the last show that I think needs an innovative take is Rocky Horror.
Because it was just so unbelievable.
Yeah.
And like it is so very much like there's so much going on. It still doesn't make sense.
Look, it's not a perfect show at all. It's not a perfect show, but it doesn't need to be
No.
because it's exactly right.
It was like we for the anniversary, myself and my two very good friends, Vita, shout out Vita,
Shut up, Ida.
and Rachel, shout out
Shout out, Rachel.
we went to see it, and Rachel had never seen Rocky Horror before. So
Incredible.
she was like, do I wait and see it for the first time in the cinema or do I watch it beforehand? And we were like, actually, you should probably watch it beforehand because there's going to be shit that goes on like in the cinema. We're going
Yeah.
to have to throw shit and do shit. And so you should probably at least watch it. And Visha and I both said to her, but you need to know it's going to make no sense.
Yeah.
Like nothing about that is going to make sense, but you're going to have a lot of fun. And then
Yeah.
afterwards she was like, that was so great. And it's like,
Yeah.
exactly, that's it. It makes no sense, but it's brilliant.
But one of the three musicals that my dad loves,
Mhm.
along with Little Shop of Horrors and Blues Brothers.
A man of taste.
Look, I'm like, they are all
A
great.
man of taste.
One of the things, so obviously there was some at the St. James when we saw it live, there were some super fans in the front who knew all of the shouts.
Yeah.
So they did every single shout, which the shouts are designed for the movie.
Yeah.
The shouts are not pitched for the stage, but I get it. It's fine. It's still fun. Do the shouts. The actors on stage are reacting to them and doing little bits and bobs off
Yeah.
it. It's fun. Fine. I would prefer not to have them, but
Yeah, but
cool.
yeah.
I'm good. I'm in. But there was clearly at least one person who did not know the culture of the shouts and that there are specific shouts that you do, right? And so these guys, the guys at the front were shouting the narrator goes, suffer further indignities. And they're like, your cock, which is, stuff
Yeah.
that you're supposed to shout. They're doing this all the way through, and then someone in our row obviously just got so frustrated and just, shut up, you dickhead! And it was just
Oh no.
one of the funniest things. Yeah, but no, great time. I enjoyed it.
It's very fun.
And then, oh yeah, we watched Creature from the Black Lagoon last night because the Embassy are not showing that one. They are showing Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein, Invisible Man, and The Mummy. The main one they're missing is Creature from the Black Lagoon. So we decided to watch that last night and had a great time. That's a fun movie.
Beautiful.
I reckon if you are interested to try some of the Universal Monster films, but maybe you don't want them too old-fashioned, Creature from the Black Lagoon is the most modern of them, so it could be a good entrance point if the age of the films is
a problem.
Yeah, is a concern for you. Yeah. But you should watch them all because they're short and they're fun.
Exactly.
That's me.
Beautiful. How good.
Yeah.
So,
What now?
do you wanna explain what a silver fox is?
Yeah, sure. A silver fox.
If you want.
I mean, that's what we're here to do, I guess. Silver fox is a person over the age of 45. No, not a word said about it. Over 45.
Who gaff?
They have to be grey or greying
Right.
or silver
Yum.
or dyeing their hair.
Ooh.
Maybe they're bald. Maybe they have grey energy. Any and all of these. Grey is a sense of mind.
Grey is a phase.
Yeah. It's not a phase, Mom.
It's not a phase, Mom.
They have to primarily do film. Preferred. They have to be fuckable. Non-negotiable. And we don't give a fig about gender. We don't care how you identify as long as we can objectify. So,
just like Dracula said.
Yeah, just like Dracula said. And actually, on that, just because it was Trans Day of Awareness, we love trans people.
Oh, more than anything.
We really love trans people.
We genuinely
this is a
adore
pro-trans podcast. And friend of the show, Jamie, who has come up a lot, but we love her. She posted a really brilliant video on Trans Day of Visibility, just talking about how hard it is to be a trans person and fuck J.K. Rowling. And basically, there is the new Harry Potter show that is coming out at some point soon. And what Jamie said was, if you watch it, I will be judging you.
Oh, 100%.
And I'm just going to say same. Same says. You don't need to watch it. Do not give that woman any money.
That woman has made it so clear that every dollar she gets, every cent she makes, she is putting it towards harming the trans community, and she will every time you buy Harry Potter things
Yeah.
or you stream her films or stream her shitty show or whatever, she's using that money to do more harm to the trans community, and you will never ever be able to convince me that anything to do with Harry Potter is more important than the safety and the happiness of trans people.
Yeah.
It goes without saying. And also, even not just J.K. Rowling, like due to the current political climate of the world, it is becoming more harder and harder for trans people to exist. And first of all, there has never been a world without trans people in it.
Yep.
There never will be.
Yep.
And if you don't want to see trans people, pluck your fucking eyes out, all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because this world is a better place for having trans people in it.
Yes.
And it always will be.
And even if you are like, I know we're getting a bit lectury, but fuck it, I don't care.
God-given right.
Even if you're like, okay, well, I won't watch it officially, I'll just pirate Harry Potter. I mean, great, don't give her any money, but also you're still giving it airspace, you're still giving it attention. Even if you watch it and she doesn't get any money, you're still going to talk about it with friends and family. You're still going to contribute to the culture that it is an acceptable thing to watch. And if Harry Potter is an acceptable thing to watch and to engage with, then it is acceptable to hate trans people.
Yeah.
And that is not acceptable. So just don't watch it.
One day that woman will fade into obscurity and we won't ever have to hear about her or her genuinely horrendous takes ever.
Watch Lord of the Rings. Watch Star Trek. Read Lord of the Rings. Read Hunger Games. Read Twilight. Anything.
Anything you want.
50 Shades of Grey. Fuck it.
Read
anything.
Read material and watch films and watch television that elevate trans voices, that include trans actors, that are written by trans people, that are made by trans people, that explore trans joy, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Like, further educate yourself as to why people are so angry about the fact that J.K. Rowling is getting airtime, is getting the ability to make this shit, is getting paid for this shit, and being so openly transphobic.
Yeah.
Like, being so heinous.
Yeah.
And then maybe you'll begin to understand why this is such a big fucking deal.
Yeah. And it's not watching a show is such a minor inconvenience compared to the abuse and murder and assault that trans people go through. So you can do it.
Yeah,
you can do it. You can not watch a thing. It's
and I'm
easy.
speaking from a place of privilege because I already don't give a fuck about Harry Potter.
And we're also two cis people, so we know that. But
exactly,
we love
the trans.
We know and love so many trans people.
Yeah, and I love trans people that I don't know because I just I don't have to know you exist to know you exist.
Sure.
So this is a firmly pro trans community podcast, and a firmly fuck that woman podcast.
Anyway, so I was going to say sorry for lecturing, but I'm not. Moving on. Elsie, you picked today's Fox.
I did indeed.
And you caused great consternation in my lap when you said who it would be.
Great consternation in my lap.
Who is today's Fox?
We are talking about none other than Javier Bardem.
Fuck me up. What a time.
What a man. Also, we want to talk about people that know where they stand on the right side of history.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Mr. Free Palestine himself.
Yes.
Javier Bardem. That man is so unafraid to just speak up for, what he believes in. Yeah, and also fucking sexy.
Fucking sexy.
Oh my God.
So this was your choice. Do you want to just talk about what inspired you to go for Javier?
Yeah. So Javier Bardem was featured in The Gentleman's Journal.
He's featured in this Gentleman's Journal.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Which I guess is a magazine or something. I don't fucking know. And
you wouldn't know it's for gentlemen.
It's for gentlemen. But basically, there was a photo shoot, and the photos were taken by Javier's wife, Penelope Cruz, and included photos such as Javier in the shower with his bum out.
But like, You don't see full cheek. You just see like the
It's
top of the
tasteful.
cleft.
It's
Oh,
tasteful. It's
it's
artsy. See the
it
top of the crack.
honestly, and it is sexier than if you saw the whole bum.
Yeah.
It is
It leaves you
just
guessing.
because also if I want to see Javier Bardem's bum, you can see it. It's
Exactly.
everywhere.
And I'm gonna go to A to Z Nude Man, not sponsored, but could be.
There are a lot of photos of him on A to Z Nude Man. I'm just
This I was on there last night being
I
like
know.
la la la. Also, opened it. First thing I see is a clip from Pillion, which I haven't had the chance to see the film
Yeah,
yet.
no.
I want to, but the clip I saw, I was like, oh. Accidentally ended up watching pornography.
Oh,
It's
congratulations.
not the first time with
Was
the
it
Splitting
check?
podcast. What was it, Dit Dandy? We're firmly Dit Dandy household.
This is a Dead Dandy podcast.
Not sponsored, but could be. Oh, shout out gay porn. Anyway, yeah, Javier Bardem and his frequently witnessed bum.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's that.
great. So, Elsie, there was a glut of movies to choose from. Which did you go
Okay,
for?
so this was a little bit like difficult to do because like if you went back to some of his older films, not a lot of them are in English.
Spanish language, yeah.
And I am uncultured. I am learning French at the moment, but I basically only speak like English, a little bit of Te Reo Māori, and a little bit of New Zealand Sign Language. Like I don't really speak a lot of languages. So
And also, like, just I'm not going to say what film I picked, obviously, but I struggled to find ones with subtitles.
yes,
Spanish ones with
yes.
yeah.
So I picked one through Googling, looking at photos. I picked the film from the 2000s, Before Night Falls.
Okay. I thought you were going to say Vicky Cristina Barcelona when you said 2000s. Okay.
No. So this one, like the little descriptor of it is spanning several decades, a powerful biopic offers a glimpse into the life of famed Cuban poet and novelist Reinaldo Arenas, an artist who is vilified for his homosexuality in Fidel Castro's Cuba.
Sounds
is
hot.
An insane pick.
Yep.
So, oh my God. Okay. So, first of all, Javier Bardem plays Reynaldo, and it does really go from like his young through until he's like a young adult.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, yeah, first of all, I picked this. I picked this before I really knew anything about the film. I mainly looked at photos of Javier Bardem, and he is young, very sexy, and
Yeah.
he looks kind of like a Formula One driver there.
Oh my
It's really
God.
hunky, and I was like, okay, so we're onto something here.
Can I just say, last night, Jamie and Cass were like, we were talking about Javier Bardem, and I was like, oh, what film should I choose? But they were like, I bet Elsie picks F1.
No,
I
I'm not
bet
gonna
she
pick
does.
He just
No, so you didn't, but it's
was
you've made it
connection
F1.
still.
Yeah.
But he's also just not in F1 enough for me to have picked F1. No, he. How do I even talk about this? So he's gay for starters.
Sure.
Has quite a bit of gay sex, I won't lie.
Congratulations.
Yeah. There's also okay. Oh my God, how do I talk about this film? Right. So it's difficult for me to talk about this film, like how good the film was, because I don't think this film was made for me.
Okay.
Because there's like some weird, I don't know if it's weird. There's a bit of like anti-communist propaganda in there, which I'm like, ooh, and then Johnny Depp's in it
I can
playing
see that. Yeah.
effectively a trans woman, which
On Trans Day of
on
Remembrance.
Trans Hay Visibility, which
Oh yeah, I got the name wrong. Oh, that's bad.
and however, there's also so much penis in this film. There's a lot of penis.
Too much penis? That
Not
doesn't sound
not
like
enough
you.
of Javier's. Like feels
Okay.
like a little bit of Javier's, but you see his bum quite a bit. You see him in like a swimsuit quite a bit. Also, there's like this. He's There's this part like midway through the film where these kids steal his flippers, and he goes to the police and like, they stole my flippers, and then the police like, did you steal his flippers? And they were like, yes, but also he was molesting us. So then he ends up being imprisoned for that, and he is like tortured, and there's a lot of like, it was like quite difficult in those parts, like it was quite grim in areas. Um, And then it's also, I was reading, also he had his first sexual experience with a woman and his first sexual experience with a man, and they were both his cousins.
Right.
But then also he was explaining that he lived in a very rural area of like
And I'm
South
assuming at
America, so like
different
it
times,
was
so
very like earlier on and like it was
so probably still not like super
yeah,
accepted,
you
but
probably
yeah.
don't want to do that with your cousins ever, but like you
I
kind of looked at
definitely
it.
do not want to do with my
No, but
cousins.
you kind of looked at it through that lens of being like, okay, I just gotta really like just take away all my societal expectations that I've grown up in and we just gotta watch this fucking thing.
Look, we were just talking about family strokes before, so I feel like
Exactly.
you know,
Exactly. So what I will say is like this film, I oft talk about films where you can feel the heat. You can feel the heat of a
yes,
film. This was one of them. Like it
right,
always felt very like warm
yep.
and it looked like it smelled like cigarette smoke.
Oh,
Javier Bardem put in a very good performance. It was obviously like in the time that it was, and as you can imagine, like being gay was just not a thing. It was very
when's it
hidden.
set?
Um,
Roughly.
that's a good question. It's around
I'm gonna guess 80s,
when was Fidel Castro?
oh,
Um,
70s. God, I'm showing my lack of history knowledge.
yeah, let's have a look.
If it's not
It
about
was
the
based on
Titanic,
his
I don't know.
book published in 1993, so it must have been the 80s. Yeah. So it starts off in 1943, he moves to Havana in the 60s, and then it's the early 70s.
Okay,
So yeah, it's around the
so
70s.
pre-AIDS
Yeah,
mostly.
so
Yeah.
unfortunately, he does end up contracting the AIDS virus, and he does pass from
Okay.
AIDS related
Hmm.
causes in the 90s. Um, it was this is such a ridiculous film for me to have picked, but he is very sexy in this film. He has like there's a scene where he's like talking to like he's breaking the fourth wall. He's like talking to the camera, but he's like actively plowing this guy,
Right.
clapping his cheeks as he's talking, and I was sitting there like, oh, okay. Oh. There's this,
Sorry, I'm just adding it to my
yeah,
list.
there's lots of Javier Bardem kissing men, and there's this bit where I know it's Johnny Depp, and fuck Johnny Depp, fuck that
Yeah.
man, but there is this bit where he like Javier Bardem ends up with like his face pressed against Johnny Depp's bulge, and I was like, right, okay. Um,
I'm just going to pretend that it's 20 years ago when Johnny Depp was still likable and attractive.
yeah, there was so we didn't know enough about him to realize how awful he was.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was like a very conflicted, like it was a film where I was conflicted about the feelings I was feeling. I think it was a good film. I think Javier Bardem's performance in it was good. I think the amount of homosexual behaviors he was exhibiting were good. It was sexy. I was sitting there like, oh my God, a little bit scandalized by watching it. Yeah,
Sure.
there was also some really like dark scenes with the brutalization that he experienced in prison,
Hmm.
and then also through like the homophobia. So it was like there were parts that were definitely more difficult to watch, but all in all, I got to see Javier Bardem plow some guys from behind. So
What else do you want
what
in
else? What
life?
more really could you want? He also just looks so sexy.
Was it based? Sorry, I think you said it was based on a real person.
Yeah, it was based on the real Reinaldo Arenas and his book that he wrote. And the first book he wrote ended up getting like banned essentially because they were like, you talk about having sex with your cousins, and he was like, because I did. They were like, you can't put that in a book, and he was like, but I did.
But it happened.
But I did that, and then they were like, "Oh, okay." What are you gonna do about it, really? So yeah, and his poetry, like he talks in the film, there's like a lot. He talks about his mother and his like, because obviously he comes from obviously in South America, there's like a lot of heavy religious connotations involvement. Anyway, I reckon watch the film for yourself, make your own interpretations of it. All I can tell you well and good is that Javier Bardem is very sexy in it, and it's like a younger Javier Bardem. And
Um,
he's got like he's sweaty for most of it. He's got curly hair. He's got like his big eyes and no shirt on, and wearing little swimming trunks. or sometimes he's not wearing anything at all. Yeah.
What a treat.
Yeah. So that's what I watched before Night Falls. Probably not the film you really want to be sexualizing, but here we are. It's
But here
also,
we are. Look,
you can watch some of the best clips on A to Z New Man. So,
that's all you want. That's
yeah.
all you need.
Yeah.
Just a best of.
Yeah.
Cuts out all the sad bits.
Yeah, all the sad and really like awful parts. You can just watch the 60 parts.
And there's no anti-communism in gay porn.
Well,
Well.
definitely not in Chick Hunter or Dead Dandies. Yeah. What about you, Mike? What did you watch? Oh,
So,
oh Christ.
I picked a doozy. I really picked a doozy,
Oh
Elsie.
no, is this like Titanic again?
I know. Can't believe I have to talk about this.
I'm scared.
So, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to tell you the title immediately. I'm going to show you a GIF first, which is one of the opening things that we see,
She
right?
kicked an Easter egg.
We
Anyway.
see some credits, so like, words,
Mhm.
titles and credits and stuff over a black screen. And then we see some like rural settings.
Mhm.
And then we see it pans over and we hear kind of grunting. And then this is pretty much the first thing that we see.
Oh my God.
That is Javier Bardem's bulge.
Yeah.
Tiny blue short.
Tiny shorts.
It is a film called Come On, Come On.
Oh yeah, recording again.
Ursula walked on the keyboard and paused.
And that's okay because I needed a moment.
She was being very cute and sweet and affectionate.
She was sitting on my lap for a
Hi,
second
baby.
and
Come
then
here.
she skipped immediately onto the
Keep
keyboard.
away from the microphone. Come sit with me.
Oh my God. Okay, so
so-
I did see this advertised.
Yeah. So this film, I knew nothing about it. All I saw, did my usual.
You saw bulge and tiny blue shorts.
Yeah, no, I did my usual, Javier Bardem, sexiest films, whatever. And Come On, Come On
Come on,
was,
right on me.
which is like spelt Jamon, so I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Was like one of the ones that came up quite prominently, and all I saw were the words Javier Bardem plays an underwear model, and I was like, yes, sold, I'm in. All right,
cool.
This is the poster. I'm also just going to show you this.
Oh, that's a great poster.
Yeah, but it does have a bull with
Massive
bulge. So it also stars Penelope Cruz.
Of course.
And this is actually the film where they met. They did not start dating until Vicky Cristina Barcelona, but this is the film where they originally met. I don't know how the fuck to talk about this film, honestly. The tagline. So halfway in, I was like, what the fuck is this film? And I was looking on Letterboxd and I saw the tagline, and the tagline is a film where women eat men and men eat ham.
And I've always said that.
I've always said this. So we were like halfway through and I saw this and I was like, that's so weird. And Jared was like, well, yeah, come on means ham. I was like, what?
It's a movie called Ham Ham.
It's called Ham.
Also, I love it. Jared's like, yeah.
It's like, didn't you know this? I'm like, oh, okay. So basically, the basic premise of this, Penelope Cruz is a young girl, and she is dating the son of a couple that own a underwear factory.
Sure.
Penelope Cruz works in the underwear factory.
Yeah.
So yeah, Penelope Cruz is dating their son, and she is pregnant. She discovers she's pregnant, and the guy's mum thinks she's no good because her mother works in a bar/brothel and was a sex worker. So they're like, no, you're not good enough to marry my son. So she basically they have a screening for underwear models, which is where Javier Bardem turns up, and it's just a shot of all these guys. It's a shot of their dicks and then like their bulge in underwear, and then it goes up to their face and they introduce themselves, and she's like sitting there talking about Javier Bardem's bulge for a decent amount, like it's got to be big, oh, it's good. And And so this woman decides to hire Javier Bardem to sleep with Penelope Cruz
She'll change her mind.
so that they won't get married, right? That's the basic premise.
Yeah.
At the same time, so that, Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem fall in love and whatever.
Naturally.
At the same time, the boyfriend is also fucking the sex worker mum, and the rich boy's mum is also fucking the Javier Bardem, and then Penelope Cruz starts fucking the rich boy's dad. Like, they are all fucking each other. They are all fucking each other, and it's all very sordid.
Oh my God.
And like it's relatively
Oh my
graphic.
God.
It's relatively graphic. They are like sucking on Penelope Cruz's tits, and like her tits are out a lot of the movie. And it's not only are they just sucking on them or kissing them, which you see in films a lot, but they are clearly using tongue on her nipples, which I'm like, that is, I don't think you see that. Uh,
Oh my God.
So I started taking notes, and
Yeah.
then I stopped taking notes. So this is for a significant amount. This is like the first half that I was taking notes. So I've got literally starts with many close-ups of Javier's bulge. Next part is much discussion of bulge. Shots of many different bulges. Why is there so much omelette talk?
Oh.
So there is a lot. They are in a car and they keep talking about omelettes. They just keep. She's like,
Is this film in English?
No, it's Spanish. So she keeps being like, I'm so sick of eating this omelette. I'm eating this omelette. I'm sick of this omelette. Why is there always omelette? Oh, too much omelette. So I was like, okay, it must be a translation issue because I'm watching subtitles. It must mean something else. And then there's a shot of this massive omelette, and they're all feeding this massive omelette. I'm like, okay, I guess they make omelettes. It's just constant omelette. The boyfriend starts. They have a romantic moment. The boyfriend and Penelope Cruz. She faints, and he's like, "Oh, I love you. I love you. She's like, I'm pregnant. He's like, oh my God, I want to marry you. Here's a ring off a Coke can or something.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on your ring finger. This is proposing to you. It's very romantic. Can I eat your tits?
Sure.
Can I eat your tits?
Can I eat your tits? At this point, yeah. Okay.
And then, so he starts feasting on a breast. And he's like, I like how they taste. And she says, what do they taste like? And he says, they taste like ham. They taste like ham and they taste like omelets. I'm like, what is
What
this?
is this about omelets?
Exactly. It's so fucking weird. And then next shot, Javier is just him drinking beer in a chair, groping his bulge and like flexing his muscles, like flexing his biceps.
Oh my God.
He starts putting something up a pig's bum. I don't know why. At one point, the boyfriend is trying to convince his dad, who owns the underwear factory, of a new product that they can sell. So they've put underwear on their pug, their pug dog, their pet pug, and they're like, he's like, what is this? And they goes, it's panties for she dogs for their periods.
Okay.
Panties for she dogs for their periods.
Yeah.
Another point, then Javier Bardem starts licking and sucking on Penelope Cruz's tits. And again, there's a conversation of what does it taste like?
Omelets
and he says omelets, and he says ham, and then he says onions. And Jared and I both were like, if someone said that my breasts tasted like onions,
If somebody told me my tits tasted like onions,
I would be so offended.
Beat them up.
I would be like,
Give me my crop top. I'm going home. What are you talking about?
I am showered. I am clean. What do you mean I taste like onions? This movie is absolute fucking bonkers.
Okay, so what is it about Javier Bardem's filmography where his films are like indescribable?
It's so weird. It's
ham and omelette.
But there is one scene where I have never related to Penelope Cruz more. So there is a huge billboard near her home of a bulge. It is like underwear. It's branding the underwear. So it's, there's underwear and you sort of see from belly button to top of the
Yeah.
thigh, massive bulge.
Yeah.
And Javier Bardem was like, hey, that's me at one point. So she knows it's him. So towards the end, when they're having like trouble, there's a scene where she goes to the billboard and like falls down on her knees and like supplication before Javier Bardem's bulge. And I was like, girl, same,
What's going on?
But I don't know how. Oh, there is a fight with ham. Javier Bardem and the boyfriend start beating each other up with like legs of ham. There's a lot of ham. There's a lot of omelette.
Yeah, this makes no sense.
I like. Look, I am obviously explaining it very piecemeal. I'm not giving you a coherent plot, but it wouldn't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
There is this one sex scene. Oh God, there is this one sex scene. I'm actually wondering if I should find it and show it to you.
You might have to.
Okay, hang on.
Whilst you're finding this, have you heard on TikTok about the guy that teaches people how to catch print? Do you know about catching print?
No.
So there's this guy that was like teaching people how to like determine the size of a guy's penis by looking at his bulge and catching print. Like depending on where the bulge starts and ends, like that helps you determine the size of his penis. So like
Okay.
if the apex of the bulge starts like here, that means it's like between something like 2 to 6, and then if it's like here, it's like 6 to
How does
8.
that account for showers and growers though?
Well, that's the thing, right? It's just it has to guess be on soft mode. And then there's one that's like if it's like flat as a pancake, or like it goes all the way around, and that's when you're like really like you're like 8 and up, like you get like getting quite big because like
Okay.
da. And so he was like showing pictures of like different celebrities, and he's like, "Come on, girl, catch print," and then it's like showing you. And I like the first time I was like, I don't really understand it, and then like I watched a few more videos, and then like he was showing pictures of celebrities, and I was like acing the catching print thing. And apparently Chris Hemsworth, like he showed a picture and he's like, see how it's flat as a pancake, girl. That's it. Because it's like you have
Is flat as a pancake bad or
it's
good?
good. Because like if you've got an A there, like an A, it's like between like a 3 to 6, I think. I think a B is like 6 to 8, and then I think a C or no equals it a D. A D is like 8 and up, and Chris Hemsworth was a D because like you could tell, I guess, by it because there's no bulge that he's like had to like
Tuck it.
tuck it.
Oh.
And then there was like Aaron Pierre. Um, it was like curved all the way around, so that's also a D. But then
Yeah.
like Ryan Gosling had like I think an A, an yeah, a high like apex, so it was an A, so it's like on the smaller side. But then Michael B. Jordan had like kind of midway, it was like a B minus,
Okay.
so it was like catching print.
Incredible.
Everyone, if you've heard about catching print, let me know. Anyway, sorry, the sex scene.
Can we take a pause?
Yes. Okay, we're back.
Cool. So I found the scene.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna play it for you.
This was really tasty.
It's 4 to 5 minutes worth, so
Okay.
you may end up just editing it out.
Yep.
Unless you have any interesting reactions while we're
Mhm.
watching it. So for context, this is Penelope Cruz's mother
Mhm.
and Penelope Cruz's boyfriend who got Penelope Cruz pregnant,
Mhm.
right? This is at the bar/brothel that her mother owns
They're having
and works
sex.
in.
Everyone really is sleeping with each other, aren't they? Okay.
And she has a pet parrot. Yeah.
What was any of that about?
I don't know. I don't know. It's never explained.
He was just rubbing his shit watching her talk to a parrot.
Yeah.
When she said, "Should I do the parrot?" I was like, "Oh no, 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 no!"
Yeah.
And then she's just clacking fans at the parrot, going waka.
And there's really weird
She's-
close-ups of her mouth.
She's like Toad from Mario.
Yeah.
Wow.
Waka.
That's like what Waluigi would say.
Yeah. So it starts off like being like an actual kind of sexy
She's like
scene.
getting
She's
her tits out.
getting
They're
it-
sucking off each other's fingers.
rubbing his nipple, all of that, rubbing up on him. You're like, okay, yeah.
She was sitting on its side saddle.
Yeah, you're like, okay, a sex scene, sure.
Mm.
But then, yeah, just
Jesus, what was she doing to Javier Bardem?
it's she never fucked Javier Bardem.
Oh,
It's the other
guts.
mother that fucked Javier Bardem. Look, it was all over the place.
who, the guy's mother?
Yes,
Oh,
boyfriend's
the
mother.
boyfriend's
so
mother.
that's Penelope Cruz's mother and Penelope Cruz's boyfriend, who are stopping.
As you do.
So I don't know how to describe this film.
Can
I feel
somebody?
like the way that I've done it, just giving you snatches of what the viewing
So is it
experience
a
was like.
Spanish film or is it a South American film?
It's Spanish.
Spanish. Can a Spanish person maybe let us know if this film is considered normal or if this is just like the Spanish version of like Rocky Horror Picture Show?
So looking it up, it is meant to be
Weird.
like a sex comedy. And
Oh.
apparently there's lots of puns in it, which obviously
So is
you
the
don't
ham
get.
and the egg like a pun?
I don't know. I have no
Like the
idea.
ham is like a pork sword, like a penis, and then the egg is like ovum, like
Well, Jared was like, when the big omelette turned up, he was like, "Oh, it's an omelette festival." And I was like, "Is that a thing?" And he goes, "I have no idea. It's just an omelette festival."
has he
So,
just made this up?
yeah, I was like, well, the way he said it, I was like, "Oh, Jared must know something about Spanish culture that I don't. He must, they must have an omelette
We're gonna need
festival."
to reach out to a Spanish correspondent and find out if this is if it's a sex comedy. Is this like the Spanish version of American Pie?
And yeah, like people in Spain are like, everyone watches this when they're like, 13 years old.
And
It's
like
sort of a rite of passage.
yeah, and then you watch it again when you're like 22 and stoned.
Yeah,
And then there's a guy with the big eyebrows there.
yeah. But so a weird
Yeah,
viewing
go.
experience. Like kind of boring in parts, insanely funny in other parts. Like that
Was
was
hilarious.
hilarious. And there were lots of little bits like that. You're like, what is this
What am I
tone?
watching?
What's happening? So many funny bits, but a lot of very boring stuff. Everyone is very horny. And it made me think, going back to the softcore Sky One
Mm,
porn, one of them that we watched that has stuck in my memory is like scientists, mostly hot female
mm.
scientists, um, and they have an alien. There's like an alien plant, and the plant releases a spore that makes everyone fuck each other. And I'm like, that must be what's happened here, because
That's
they're
it. They've eaten
all.
the omelet that's making them want to
It's an
fuck.
Oh, there is one point where they're like, ham is an aphrodisiac. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it is. Not if it's oniony. Oh, and they kept being a thing where he's like, I've eaten garlic. And she's like, you've eaten garlic. And then he's like, do you want anything to eat? And she's like, I'd like some garlic. So he gives her just like raw garlic that she eats.
Has she got
And I'm
fleas?
like,
What is she doing?
are you checking that she's a vampire? What?
Well,
Honestly,
we've all been there.
I, I think I've done the best I can do. I haven't described the plot really, but I feel like giving you snatches of the viewing experience is probably going to be better than any.
Yeah.
But there are lots of shots of Javier Bardem's bum. There is a scene where him and his buddy go naked moonlight bullfighting. Because Javier Bardem wants to be a bullfighter. So they break
Okay.
into a farm
Mm,
and they
mm.
are naked bullfighting, and that is really hot. Actually, it is. He's got like this, because you know how they have the flag, but
Red
he's
rag
got he's
people.
got like a skirt or something. He's got a piece of clothing, um, and he holds it and he's sort of holding it up and then he pulls it down and it stops like just above penis, and
Just
it's
above penis.
it's pretty hot.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty hot, and you see his butt a lot. Um,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch this.
you'd see his penis if you paused it at the right moment. I'm pretty sure at a few points.
Like if you pause Fargo at the right time, you see Stevie Shimmy's balls.
Yeah, yeah. There's also the Penelope Cruz has two little sisters who are like maybe eight-ish, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, somewhere around there,
6, 7.
and they've got.
Sorry.
Good God, did you just do a 6, 7? This is an adult podcast for adults.
Wow, I'm so hip and young.
You are 27.
I am 27.
Pull it together.
Anyway, yep. Go on.
So she has these sisters of a young, indeterminate age, and they've got a pet pig called Pepito, who's like a little baby pig.
Pepito.
Very cute. The piglet's very cute. And Javier Bardem does run it over at one point, accidentally. There's just a crash. Um, and the pig dies, and
Oh,
it's very sad. And
no.
Jared and I were very sad because,
Grown quite attached to Pepito.
yeah. Um, And then, like, Pepito is a pig, a pet, it's their pet. But they barbecue it and eat it.
Oh my God.
And there's one woman inside.
Ham?
Yeah.
We need ham.
And there's one woman inside the brothel who has a pet dog, which she was making out with earlier in the film. So she has a pet dog and she's crying and they're like, where are they? And she's like, they're eating their pet like cannibals. And I'm like, that she makes sense in this part, but only this
Yeah.
part.
Making out with the dog.
She was pretty much making out with the dog. It was.
Okay, I'm gonna have
And
to
there's
watch
no
this
reason
film,
for
but
her making out with the dog.
I need to watch this film just to understand what the fuck. First of all, to see Javier Bardem's
Yeah.
peenie, but also
The parrot also can speak a little bit. And so it's constantly going around saying, your prick, I want to see your prick. I like your prick.
me if I was within a cooey of Javier Bardem.
That's what I thought. I was like, oops.
See a prick?
Elsie is a oh, learn it in Spanish.
Must parrot in here. It wants to see a...
So yeah, that's my film.
Right.
And I apologize.
We better do some honourable mentions then. Everyone expected it. I am going to say F1 is an honourable mention.
Sure, yeah.
He's not in it a huge amount, but he is sexy in it just because he's like him now, like with a suit on, and he's like really hot. And then also my other one was in fact Vicky Cristina Barcelona.
Yeah.
Fuck Woody Allen, obviously. Fuck that guy. Choke. You stupid. Pedophile. But you can't deny those three with them with ScarJo. I would like to be a part of it. I would like to watch. So
yeah. So I also had Vicky Cristina Barcelona, along with Skyfall.
Yes.
And Mother.
Mother, yes.
And one that was pointed out to me by Jamie last night, who Jamie had not actually seen the film, but she was just looking through. She was like, a Pedro Almodovar film, and it's called Live Flesh, and he does look pretty sexy.
I did Google that last night, as I was halfway through Before Night Falls, and I was questioning whether or not I was allowed to call this film sexy. I saw a clip of pictures from Live Flesh, and I was like, ooh,
yeah,
that could have been one.
But there is one thing that I want to say. So when you first said Javier Bardem, as happens, as soon as you say a celebrity name, either one of us, I'm sure it's the same for you. If I said a celebrity name, instantly you've got like 4 possibilities pop into your head of like, oh, maybe those, and then you actually do some research, right? So there's one popped into my head, and I was like, okay, so I know that he plays this character, and this character is a famously hot character. This character has a huge queer following. A lot of queer people really into this character, and he is very hot. And that is King Triton from The Little Mermaid.
Oh, yes, he was in The Little Mermaid.
So have you seen The Little Mermaid?
The live action one?
No, I'm talking about the original cartoon.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to show you King Triton to show how hot he is, right?
Seen the live action one.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Hot. And like there is so much gay porn of this merman. There is so much. Oh yeah. He's like older, super muscly dude.
Rule 34.
Yeah,
sure.
there's heaps of it. He's a big for like queer people who like older, muscly, berry kind of dudes.
He's like the standard.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, Javier Bardem plays an canonically hot character, and I looked it up and I'm like, he's not hot. They've put a shirt on him. They put like weird armor on him so you can't see his chest.
To tone down his sex appeal.
His beard looks draggly and like it's gross. I'm like, you've turned the sexy man. You've got this sexy character played by the sexy actor, and you have made him
You've made him sexless.
Just disgusting.
Probably,
and look, if I needed any further reason to hate the Disney remakes and to hate how artistically bankrupt that company has become.
I went to see the live action one in cinema purely because I was sick to bloody death of all the backlash that Halle Bailey was getting over it. So I went to watch it in support of her, and her voice is magical. And she is beautiful, and she also exudes that energy of
Yeah.
the Little Mermaid. And also when I went there, I was the oldest person there without kids, and
Hmm.
also they had decorated it with like streamers
Oh,
and things like that,
cute.
so it was like under the sea, so it was very cute. But when I was looking at Javier Bardem on A to Z New Man, it listed his performance in Lyle Crocodile.
Jamie was saying that he's apparently quite good in there and quite
Well,
charming in
I
there. I
haven't
don't think
watched
she'd
it.
seen it either, but
I haven't watched it. All I know is it's the Shawn Mendes crocodile film. But then the photos from A to Z New Man was like Javier Bardem in the shower with like a hat on or something like that. And I was like, hold on. Because when I Googled Javier Bardem hottest films, there was like a Reddit thread and somebody had said La La Crocodile, and I thought they were joking because I thought La La Crocodile was like all of them were anthropomorphic animals. I
right.
didn't realize there were humans in it as well.
Yeah, okay. I just want to clarify with The Little Mermaid.
Mm.
I have no problem with Ariel being played by a
No,
black
of
girl.
course.
Halle Berry, I've um, I said Halle Berry
Yes, you
just
did.
because my brain went
I
to
was
my
obsessed
girl.
with her.
Um, I've heard it's Halle Berry, right?
Halle
Halle
Bailey.
Bailey, that's it. I've heard Halle Bailey sing the songs, and she has a
Yeah.
gorgeous voice. She sings them very well. I have no problems with that. I have a problem with the a remake existing at all,
Oh,
with the live
100%.
action remakes. All of them. None.
Also, they had fucking Awkwafina playing
Yeah.
the seagull. Can we be serious?
And look, those Disney movies are beloved and seen as some of the
Hmm.
most beautiful films, and you take these incredible artistic films
Hmm.
filled with artistic merit and effort and care and love. Like those Renaissance films, very seldom, there's very little of that feels cynical or money grubby. They
Yes.
feel artistic, even though Disney is and always has been a business.
Yeah.
Um, that still feels like there's a lot of care and effort that went into that. And to take those and just recycle them and put bad CGI in
And
and
to
bad
put a
auto
shirt on
tuning
Javier
and to
Bardem.
put a shirt on Javier. Oh. So yeah, it's an anti shout out to the
Yeah,
Little Mermaid remake. Little Mermaid remake.
100%.
Watch the original because Triton's hot.
There you go. So it's now time for Fox Facts,
Mm.
where if we have a fact about the fox off the top of the dome, we can share it. But then otherwise, we go onto IMDb to find the most dog shit facts you've
Yeah.
ever heard. It's not really like a fact, but off the top of my head, he famously won the Oscar for No Country for Old Men,
Hmm.
playing Anton Chigurh. Because obviously when you think about Javier Bardem, you're probably thinking of that role, but not a hunky film, not a hunky role because he's
No,
got that fuck ass
the
bob cut,
haircut. The one
and he's
thing,
also evil.
yeah, well, the one thing off the top of my head for him is that he is obviously probably mentioned it. Married to Penelope Cruz, they met on the set of Jamon Jamon, but did not reconnect and start dating until Vicky Cristina Barcelona in like 2007, and then they were married in 2010.
There you go.
And so that's it. That's my fact off the top of my head.
This is a ridiculous fact from IMDb, by the way. Several years ago, a stranger in a disco asked him his name. When Javier replied, the man punched him in the face for no apparent reason, breaking his nose.
And that's why he's got that nose.
This makes sense because the men that are hottest to me, look like they had their nose broken and it never quite healed right.
Yeah.
Like that is insanely sexy to me. This makes
Less
so much sense.
less to me generally because I like a softer boy. I don't like them too rough,
I love a
but
big nose. I love a
yeah.
big broken nose.
Um, dedicated the Oscar he won for No Country for Old Men to his mother Pilar, whom he brought with him to the ceremony. At the end of his acceptance speech, he said to her, and this is originally in Spanish, he said this, um, Mom, this is for you. This is for your grandparents, for your parents, Raphael and Matilda. This is for the actors of Spain who have brought, like you, the dignity and the pride to our job. This is for Spain, and this is for all of you.
Oh my God. Oh my, chills.
Love him.
Love a man that loves his mum. So he says in interviews that he does not know how to drive.
Same.
I like the way that they wrote that as in he could be lying about it. So he's just saying it in
He
interviews.
says this, but
Listen,
Javier Bardem is a known
he could
liar.
be my passenger princess any day, any night.
All actors lie as their profession, so who can trust what they say, I think, is...
Javier's original interest was in painting, and he studied at Madrid's Escuela de Artes y Oficios. Eventually, deciding he'd never be a talented painter, he drifted into a number of odd jobs, working as a bouncer, a writer,
Hot,
a
hot,
construction worker,
hot,
and even a stripper.
hot.
I would like to see it. Imagine going to a strip club and seeing Javier Bardem up there. Oh my God.
Good God.
You know those people that think the stripper's in love with them? That'd be me.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, he's in love with me.
You'd be like, my tits taste like onion.
Yeah. Ham.
Is one of only 4 Academy Award-winning actors.
Octave.
Is one of only 4 Academy Award-winning actors to play a primary James Bond villain. The others are Christopher Walken in A View to a Kill, Christoph Waltz in Spectre, and Rami Malek in No Time to Die.
Played rugby union as a teen, and was on the Spanish national team.
To portray Reynaldo Arenas, Javier not only learned Cuban Spanish, but Cuban accented English, and lost 30 pounds to better resemble the smaller framed Arenas. I apologise for any of my pronunciations, by the way. I'm doing my best.
Member of the jury at the Cannes Film Festival in 2005. He bears such a strong resemblance to fellow actor Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they are sometimes confused for one another.
Oh, I disagree, because I don't find Jeffrey Dean Morgan very attractive.
I know, my sexy men. Oh, that's right. He played Desi Arnaz in Being the Ricardos.
Yeah.
Ricky Ricardo.
He has said that he doesn't watch his own films. Well, you're missing out, Javier. Go watch. Come on.
Son of Pilar Bardem, nephew of Juan Antonio Bardem, younger brother of Carlos Bardem and Monica Bardem, brother-in-law of Monica Cruz and Eduardo Cruz, and then grandson, grandnephew, second nephew, cousin, political grandnephew, and political second nephew. What does this mean?
And he begat Moses, who begat Jacob, who begat...
And also he was born at 9:30 p.m. GMT.
Oh.
He was born at that Greenwich Mean Time.
Was originally cast as Guido Contini in the movie 9, which he turned down, and Daniel Day-Lewis was eventually given the role. That's crazy. He would have been a much better... Daniel Day-Lewis was good, but... Oh, he would have been good. Anyway.
There you go. Time for us to do a wee Punnett Square.
Oh, yeah.
Get scientific. So for those that don't know, we do a Punnett Square called Does This Fox Fuck? So along the x-axis we have fucks, doesn't fuck. Along the y-axis we have knows what sex is, doesn't know what sex is. And it's not about the fox themselves, it's about the character they play in our main pick movie.
Yep.
And even if we see that they have kids in the movie, that doesn't necessarily mean that they fuck. It's more like a state of being.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say for Ronaldo, and obviously Ronaldo was a real person.
Yeah.
I'm going to say for Javier Bardem's character Ronaldo in the film, yeah, he fucks. We see him doing it. We see him clapping cheeks.
And he knows what it is?
Yeah, he knows what it is. Certainly. How about whatever his name is in Hamon?
Oh, what is his name? I think it's Juan.
Juan and Ham?
It's just Ham. What is his name? Hang on. It's... Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh no, that's right. They've all got the thing gives them really weird names, so it doesn't give their name. He does have a name. They all have names, but he is just credited as El Chorizo. So
like the sausage.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're all like, El Padre, La Puta Madre, La Madre Puta. They're all like the mum, the dad.
Yeah.
So the sausage. Yeah, he knows what it is, and he's doing it morning, noon, and night.
Morning, noon, night. Yep.
Morning, noon, and night. I passed like a cafe or a bar or something the other day that had morning, noon, and night written on top of it, and I thought of you.
My catchphrase.
Yeah.
My salacious wee catchphrase.
But yeah, he knows what it is. He's good at it.
Yeah.
He...
On the bed and on the floor.
It's a connoisseur. He gives and he gets, and I would like to see more of it.
Okay. It's time for arguably the most exciting part of the entire shindig. Mike, you must tell us right now, who is our next fox?
Well, I thought we did the husband, let's do the wife. We're doing Penelope Cruz, baby!
Yes, that's so good.
As soon as you said Javier Bardem, I was like, I know who our next one's going to be.
Let's
We're
bring her
doing
right
Penelope
up.
Cruz.
Oh, that's such a good shout. Oh, she's so gorgeous.
She's stunning.
She is so gorgeous.
And I may end up just picking Hamon again.
I mean, I need to
who
watch
knows?
Hamon, so it might end up being my film.
She is gorgeous in it.
She is beautiful. Is that the she the one that's in Zorro?
No, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, what's the one where she? Oh no, what's the one where is she the one that gets tequila poured on her foot by Quentin Tarantino and he drinks it off her foot? What am I talking about?
Maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe that just happened in your dream.
That is. Maybe that was in the fan fiction I was writing and it wasn't Quentin Tarantino. It was Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And Penelope Cruz was also Javier Bardem. They were all...
Everyone was Javier Bardem. That's a very great shout. It is
I'm
such a great follow-up.
I'm excited. We've never done a husband and wife. I don't think we've ever done a husband and wife. Like we've done ones like we did Rachel Weisz, who obviously has a husband that would qualify.
We haven't done What's
but
His
we
Face.
have Daniel Craig.
No.
Yeah, we've not done a. So this is a first.
There we go. All right. So, Mike.
Yes.
What's your letterbox username and what are you rating? Come on.
Ham. So my Instagram and my letterbox are the same. So you can find me on either one at One Hat Matter. That's ONEHATMADDER. This is quite a difficult one to rate because it is fucking bonkers. I asked Jared, I was like, what are you rating this? And he said a 1.5 or a 2. And I'm comparing it to Butterfield 8, which I gave 2.5. And I think I like this one more than I liked Butterfield 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't give it a 3. I think it's going to be another 2.5. 2.5 for Ham.
Mm-hmm. Good shout.
Yeah. And what about
Before Night Falls?
Bob Odenkirk
Bob Odenkirk's Falls in the Night.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk had a fall last night.
Yeah.
No. He's all right.
He's
though.
okay.
He's okay. He's okay. So my letterbox username is DixieNormus69. It's DIXIENORMOUS69. 1 through 68 were all taken.
Of course.
I'm gonna give Before Night Falls. I think I need to re-watch it again, but not with the lens of just watching it to see if I find Javier Bardem sexy. And I might, but for now I'm going to give it a 3.
Sure.
Straight down the middle. I don't think it was a bad film at all. I think if I watched it again, I'd probably find it a better film. I wish there wasn't anti-communist stuff in there, and I wish there wasn't Johnny Depp there. So maybe it will remain a 3. It was also, like I said earlier, I don't think it was made for me, and that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And absolutely no film needs to be made for me. It just so happens that Romance and Cigarettes exists.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So if you want to get us on social media, you can find us on Instagram at the Silver Fox Office, and we also have an email address, thesilverfoxoffice@gmail.com, where you can send us like pictures of Javier Bardem's bulge, or you could ask to be on the podcast, send us pictures of your bulge, and we can do some catching print.
Yeah.
So we can try and like see if we think like how big we think it is. We can catch print.
Yeah, that would be fun.
A picture of your bulge.
If you think we've picked wrong movies, if you've got a movie that you think is better, you can let us know that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Steve. Oh, we need to do the Bush number. Hold on.
We do need to do the Bush number.
Let me bring the Bush.
I think we need to update our run sheet because last time we updated these, we didn't do the Buscemi
We
number.
don't do the Bush number. But every time I see Steve Buscemi shout out, I think about it. So let me get Dr. Bush. Okay, so I'm not going to look at it when I get
Yeah.
it generated. Do we think they've been in a film together?
So obviously they both worked with Coen Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Steve Buscemi was in Fargo and Big Lebowski, right?
And also Miller's Crossing, and he was also in the Hudsucker Proxy, and Barton Fink.
And Javier Bardem's only done No Country
No
for Old Men.
Country, I think.
Okay. Obviously Steve hasn't done a lot of Spanish language films that I know about.
Was he in any of Javier Bardem's more like recent ones? Ooh, because he did less and less Spanish speaking ones as he became more
Yeah,
mainstream. I'm gonna give it a 2. I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
say
they've been
two.
in a film together.
I reckon two,
2?
but at least two. Like,
It's a 2. Javier Bardem was in Mother with Bronwyn Mantle, who was in On the Road with Steve Buscemi.
sure.
See if there's another link. Javier Bardem was in The Counselor with Richard Brake, who was in The Death of Stalin with Steve Buscemi. So we were right. It was a 2.
So they may not have explored each other's bodies.
But it's not outside the realm of
They may
possibility.
have. And I mean, it's still likely. It's just not
Yeah.
confirmed.
Not
So, well,
So yeah, shout
that's
out
okay.
Steve.
We love you, Steve.
We're always thinking of you.
Even if we don't mention you all the time, you're still in our hearts.
You
And
got a mention earlier. I just can't
he
remember what
did.
about. Seems like a lifetime ago.
It's something about how hot and weird he is.
Yeah, yeah, same. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. What a fun time.
Back next time with Miss Penny C.
Penny C. Don't call it that. That's not great. I don't know why.
I don't think she's a Penny. She's definitely a Penelope.
Penelope.
Because mostly Penelopes are like quite like Penelope's the name of a girl that likes unicorns, where she makes Penelope a sexy name.
I quite like the name Penelope, actually. It makes me think Penelope Pitstop and also Lady Penelope from Thunderbirds.
It makes me think of Penelope Garcia from Criminal Minds.
Oh.
There you go. And she's a lady that likes unicorns. All right.
Well, thanks everyone. Have fun. Just a reminder, tell your trans friends you love them. Don't watch Harry Potter.
Don't watch Harry Potter and love the trans community.
Yay!
Alrighty.
Bye
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye Steve.